1, 2. Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. Jonah Schwickert here, greeting you from Berlin. And I welcome you to this lesson on YouTube where I'm gonna teach you boogie-woogie piano and how to play with both hands together. This is for any age and any skill level, but tailored towards complete beginners. So even if you've never seen a piano before, this lesson will be for you. So you're here and you want to learn the boogie-woogie piano style, like so many of my students. What you have to start with is the bass line. So we're gonna learn the bass line first, and then I'm gonna show you 4 exercises for the right hand that you can do to play both hands together at the end of this lesson. Because playing both hands together is always the hardest thing for any new student learning boogie-woogie. So if this has been a challenge for you, you're not alone and you're not unique. Everyone goes through this and you just need the right exercises in the right order that I will give you today. So our bass line looks like this. It's actually not that hard to play. Now just copy my exact fingering and also copy the rhythm that I'm playing in. You'll notice I'm playing in a swing rhythm. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, where one note is shorter than the other, right? Long, short, 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 long. Now we're gonna take this bass line through the 12-bar blues form, which is the harmony progression that blues and boogie-woogie music always follows. So you can follow me and follow this little outline that I put for you right here. We're starting with 4 bars on C. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we're going up to F. So just shift your pinky finger on the F key. That's this one. And play the same pattern. This will be bar number 5 on F. 5 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 6 and 2 and 3 and 4 and back to C for 7 and 8. 7 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 8 and 2 and 3 and 4 and up to G for bar number 9. So just shift your pinky finger onto the G. 9 and 2 and 3 and 4 and for bar 10 we're going back down to F. 10 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then back down to C for 11 and 12. 11 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 12 and 2 and 3 and 4. That gives us a progression that we can follow to add our right hand licks onto later. And this gives us the classic blues and boogie-woogie sound. Now we're gonna play the full thing one time as a play together. So play with me here. We're gonna go nice and slow through the 12-bar blues progression, and then you gotta repeat that for a few times. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 6 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 7 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 8 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 9 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 10, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 3 and 12 bar. 12, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now, if you want to spice things up a notch, you can also add a little turnaround onto the dominant. So when you're coming back down from the bar number 10 from F, after the G, 11 is C, and then you go back into the new 12-bar blues progression. So it's just the last bar, the 12th bar. Let's say this is the 11th, 12th. So you're playing the... and then you're walking up to a G octave, and you're holding that. Great, so that will always be step one, learning the bass line and playing that on its own, before you even think about adding anything on the right hand. So repeat that for a few more playthroughs with me, with the 12-bar blues progression. And if you want to print out the 12-bar blues progression that you see on screen here, I have a free 30-page PDF. It's the Boogie-woogie cheat sheet. It includes the 12-bar blues progression and a bunch of other beginner resources. And then you can print that page out, stick it on your piano here, and then you have a much easier time to actually follow that and internalize it, which is what you gotta do to even play Boogie-woogie at all. You gotta really internalize that 12-bar blues progression, amongst other things. So sign up to that. It's the first or second link in the description. It's completely free. Now, let's get to the 4 steps to play both hands together. And step number 3 is super interesting. You probably never even heard of this before, but it's one of the most effective ones. First, we're just gonna play a C triad, a C major chord, onto the bass line on beat number 1. And we're gonna do this for C only, not F or G yet. That's step 2. Let's go. And 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and... Yeah. So we're already playing both hands here, just with a chord. Repeat that for a few more times. Then we move into step 2 already, which will be playing the corresponding chords through the 12-bar blues progression. So now we're gonna follow the progression again, and we're gonna play a C chord that we just played, looks like this. Once we reach F in the 12-bar blues, we're not gonna play a C chord over F. We're gonna play an F chord over F, all right? And it looks like this. We're gonna play A, C, E flat, and F together. All right? Back down to C after that for bar 7 and 8. Then bar 9, we're going to be playing a G chord. Looks like this. Okay. F. We go for this one again. And C. We go for this one again. All right, let's try that together. 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. We move up to F. Here we go. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Back down to C. Remember to switch to chords. Now to G. Down to F. And to C. Of course, you can also add that little turnaround onto the dominant if you feel like you want the extra challenge, and then you can play this beautiful chord onto it. B, E flat, G. All right? Now, when you're playing this, you might need a little break before switching from C to F, because you're gonna have to relocate your hands and find the right chord, right? In the cheat sheet, you will also find these chords visually outlined, so you can kind of copy them, but they will be even better chords, actually. So grab that. But now we're gonna move into step number 3 once you've done this, and you can play this comfortably. And step number 3 is something very interesting. I call this the hand of God technique, which is basically principle where you're gonna build independence with your right hand without even necessarily playing on the piano. Because independence in Boogie-woogie is trained by doing many, many different minor things while you play the bass line. And this can be something as what I'm gonna show you right now. So for step 3, you're gonna grab your favorite book that you're reading right now. You're going to open any page and you're simply going to challenge yourself to read one page of the book a day while playing the bass line. Not going to read the whole page here, but this is how it would look. You start the bass line first, right? And you have to follow the 12-bar blues progression. If that's too hard, you can also just stay on the key of C. But I'm gonna follow the 12-bar blues. Here we go. For his part, naturalist and author Edward O. Wilson asserted, "I feel I have enough experience to join those who are addressing big questions." About 10 years ago, when I began reading and thinking more broadly about the questions of what are we, where did we come from, and where are we going, I was astonished at how little this was being done. Ellsworth Kelly, an artist who passed away in 2015 at the age of 92, assured us that the idea that we lose our faculties with age is, in part, a myth, and so on. So you can see, even for me, this is quite challenging. I'll tell you why. My mental shift is on the page, focusing on reading and the words, and it forces my left hand to go autopilot mode. Now, especially when I'm switching up to F or G or back down to C, when I'm following the 12 bar, I will have to shift my focus for just a second and switch and then shift it back. And that is what trains your hand independence. That small 1 second moment, right? Once you can do this completely independently, then you're gonna have that unbreakable engine in that left hand that just can play while you're talking to someone and follow the 12-bar blues. Or if you make a mistake, you can still keep playing, right? And Boogie-woogie thrives on this, right? Because when you're improvising later on, when you're at a really good level, you're gonna have a bunch of things that are gonna happen with your right hand, with your riffs, where you might mess up. And the key is not to get thrown out of the groove, to stay in it, right? So this is the third exercise. Read one page while you keep the groove going through the 12-bar blues progression. And if that's too hard, through the 12-bar, if it's really too hard, then just stay on C and do the same thing for like 1 or 2 minutes, or one page, right? It's a benchmark you can do. And that'll be golden until you can go the 12-bar blues progression, keep shifting your focus around, and that's really the most effective thing you can do. Now, also, if you want a bunch more of these small hand of God exercises that will really boost your hand independence, get you playing both hands together very, very fast, then I recommend you to check out the second link or first link in the description. I have a free 5-day challenge. It's the Hand of God challenge, and you get one of these mini exercises, like reading a page of a book while playing the bass line, per day, and each are built particularly in the right order to get you to a really nice independent level at the end of it. And then you can way more easily learn any future lessons that you learn from me on YouTube or whatever, because you have independence then, instead of spending 2 months on getting the same independence that you could get in 5 days, right? Or maybe you redo the 5 days, you'd make it 10 days and you're even greater, right? So yeah, sign up to that. It's the second or first link in the description, and it gets sent to your email. Then we can move into step number 4. Once you grab the Hand of God challenge, good luck with that, by the way. It's not that easy. I'm curious if you can conquer the challenge in 5 days. But even if not, you still have those micro exercises. You can work on them every day. But step number 4 is going to be actually adding a swing rhythm onto our chords. What does that mean? That means we're going to play the chords not just on beat 1 of each bar, but rather on beat 1 and on beat 3 and. And then we have something that sounds like a real boogie-woogie. F. Yeah. And then you can repeat it. Alright? I messed up there. This is the right chord for that little advanced turnaround. I'll do that one more time for you. Check it out. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. F. Same rhythm. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4. Nice. That's step number 4, exercise number 4, and this will already then give you a nice 12-bar boogie that you can practice every day without sounding like a total mess, because it actually has that boogie, woogie, swing feel, right? And then of course, as you progress, you'll learn cooler sounding chords, because these are very basic, the ones we learned, but start with these, and then you can learn better ones wherever you're learning, maybe with my lessons or other things. There's a lot of great resources, but yeah, the next step for you is to just practice that 4th step. If that's still hard for you, or even if not, make sure you get the Hand Independence, Hand of God challenge from the first link in the description. That would be your step after this video to get to a level where you can then actually keep learning Boogie-woogie in a fun, fast, and simple way. Now, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. You can check out my other lessons as well. And then I'll see you in the 5-day Hand of God challenge. I'm hyped for you. Keep going. You're doing great. Proud of you for learning this skill of piano and keeping this music alive. That's my mission, and I'm happy that you're taking part of it by learning Boogie-woogie and blues piano with me. And I'll see you in the next lesson and in the Hand of God challenge. See you there. Bye.